My name is Mayela Caro, and I am a curatorial assistant at the National Museum of American History. The history of Gilda Mirós is a remarkable journey marked by breaking barriers and defining milestones in Spanish-language television. Her story begins on the island of Puerto Rico, where she was born in 1938. As a child, Mirós moved with her family to the Bronx in New York City. Gilda's childhood dream was to be in front of the cameras. As a teenager in 1957, Mirós moved to Mexico City to receive training, act in movies, and eventually became a movie star. Gilda would ultimately rise to prominence as a cinema, television, and radio personality. However, Gilda's influence extended beyond television. In her popular Spanish international network, or SIN show Domingos en el Uno, Gilda was in front of the camera with her co-host Chucho Montalban. In this show, they interviewed guests, had musical numbers, and went out into their community to report on relevant issues. Throughout her long and successful career, Gilda made it her goal to ensure that Latino stories were told in a way that were authentic and prominent. Her documentary about Rikers Island in 1971, for which she was an associate producer, was groundbreaking. The Latinx population at Rikers Island was increasing, and allegations of institutional discrimination, biased sentencing, and lack of legal resources were common. Another documentary that Gilda produced was the award-winning Vietnam Diary, which documented her 1971 USO tour entertaining Latino troops. Thousands of Latinos from Mexican-American, Puerto Rican, Cuban, and other Latin American backgrounds served in the Vietnam War. Although Latinos made up just around 4.5% of the U.S. population at the time, they constituted a large portion of the armed forces in Vietnam. Concerns were raised about socioeconomic disparities in the draft system. Latinos, especially those from working-class backgrounds, were disproportionately drafted, sparking debate and protests within their communities. The goal of the USO tour was to bring entertainment in Spanish, specifically geared towards Latino soldiers. This hat was given to Gilda by a Puerto Rican soldier during one of her USO performances as a gesture of appreciation and goodwill. Gilda faced challenges that most women on television and radio faced during this time. She talked about having to work harder and longer than most of her male counterparts, often shouldering their responsibilities and not getting the credit that she deserved. As a Latina from Puerto Rico, she was faced with an additional challenge, which was adopting a neutral accent. Gilda continues to be a source of inspiration for many people in the entertainment industry, not only for her artistic contributions, but for her advocacy. She paved the way for future generations. Gilda's story and contributions to Spanish language media remind us that Latina history is American history.